to this video. My name's Hayden, you're watching FBA TV. Now look, here's why you're probably going to fail in 2023 trying to sell on Amazon. This is just the truth. Most people are going to fail, and I want to talk about the reason most people fail. So hopefully you watching this won't fail. Now, this isn't me being a doom and gloomer. I'm not like that. I'm a very positive person, very upbeat. However, most people will fail, and the reason they fail is the following. Most people are getting in this to earn money fast. Say, for example, their job isn't paying them enough money. They need quick money. They need to quickly. Someone told them they can jump on Amazon, just like eBay, list something, make a little few quid profit, repeat that over and over and make loads of money. Excuse me, unfortunately, that is not the way it works. That's not the way the cookie crumbles on Amazon, really. Amazon is got to be treated like a real business in a way. Now, obviously, it can be a side hustle, although I wouldn't recommend it. I'm not really a fan of side hustles, to be honest. I think you've got to be all in or nothing. But you can do it as a side hustle, but you've got to set it up in a proper way due to the competition, due to the way that Amazon works, okay? So most people start it thinking it's going to make them money quickly, and actually the reverse happens. In my experience, now if this sort of turns you off, if this isn't the sort of business you want to do, what I'm about to say, then maybe it's not for you. First year for earning, my mentor always told me when I started, the first year is for earning, the first year is for learning, the second year is for earning. So the first year is for learning, the second year is for earning. Most people think that they're going to start earning after 2 or 3 months, or even earlier than that. Now, I'm not saying you can't earn something, but I'm talking about proper money, some real money. It takes like a year of just, slow testing out the seller central, testing what sells, testing what doesn't sell, so you don't get stung, not buying too much, all these little tests you got to do, and then you start finding a niche, and then you start moving to a different niche, a different category, a different method of selling, a different strategy of selling. It just takes that whole year. It takes that whole year up front, at least, before you actually start earning anything, okay? And then you're not even out the woods after that. So just because you've done that year, just because you've started earning something, you started getting used to it. Say you started retail arbitrage, you started getting used to it. Okay, after that first year, you started pushing yourself out your comfort zone. You finally started to understand Seller Central, understand Keeper, understand BuyBot Pro. Once you've started understanding it, then the second year is where you need to start building some serious foundations. This is how it goes for most people. But let me tell you, most businesses don't actually start building some proper traction until about 2 years in. So not only have you got the first year where it's due learning, not earning year, you just got to get past that initial phase. A lot of people drop off after about 2, 3, 4, 5 months because they realize this. They realize they're not going to earn much money in that first year. They start to drop off. If you can get past that first stage, once again, not being a doom and gloomer, this is just me being honest and truthful because I've been in this for years now. When you get to the second stage, the second year, although you might be earning something, it's still not going to be big money. Therefore, the time you're going to get back from the input you're putting into the business isn't going to be great. It's just not how business works. It's a real business. It takes real time, real resources, real effort, real dedication, real discipline to make it work, okay? If you can make it past that 2-year phase, which most people don't, by the way, if you can dive deep into that 2 years phase, start building some serious foundations, start understanding what method works for you. You might start with retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and then you started seeing opportunities in wholesale, private label, bundles, whatever. You then need to commit to that, once again, another massive self-exploration journey of understanding that other business model. Then once you can understand that other business model, for example, I pivoted about 1.5 years to 1 year and 10 months in, I pivoted and now I started building my brand. It then took me months after that to actually start earning good money. And now we're on the road where our trajectory seems to be going more like that, more of a straight line. But it took us literally 2.5 years to get to that stage. And then in the last 6 months, we've made more progress than what we made in the first 2.5 years. So here's the thing. It's absolutely possible, and I'm not a doom and gloomer, but the reality is most people quit because they give up in the first 6 months, realizing it's not a get quick scheme. If you have the long-term commitment to either own a brand or own a house of brands or do brand deals, be a big distributor or doing wholesale or just use Amazon as one of your sales methods along with other stuff, if that makes sense. If you have a long-term why, and I did a video on this recently, what's your reason why for doing it, then that will give you the ability to be ahead of the competition in terms of how long you stick to this. You need to stick with it for 5 years, and I don't know any sellers that would be doing this for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years that aren't successful in some sort of way, depending on how much they're pushing it and where they actually want to take it. I don't. It just doesn't really exist. Like, you get momentum and you start to see success, but only after a certain period of time. As I say, I don't know anyone. Listen to my words carefully. I do not know anyone, and I know a lot of sellers. I don't know anyone that's been selling for 3, 4, 5 years that isn't making money. That isn't successful in their own right, depending on where they wanted to take the business. Whether it was a side hustle all they wanted, or they've replaced their full-time income, or they've got a big 7-figure business or 8-figure business. Usually 7 figures after that amount of time. It's not going to be much more than that. Some people still at 6. I'm still at multiple 6. Depends on where you want to take it. I could be at 7, but I changed my business model for the more profit, slower selling, but bigger future, in my opinion. So look, that's the reality of it, okay? That's probably why most people won't succeed in 2023 selling on Amazon, but also the real reason and the opportunity that you could have if you stick with it. I hope that video's helped. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with anyone that you think will find it interesting. Quick interruption to introduce my new sponsor. So I'm now sponsored by BuyBot Pro. BuyBot Pro is an Amazon FBA product research tool and calculator. Not only can you work out your fees, how much profit you're going to be making from your products, but there's multiple products within the service of this software, including a built-in keeper type graph. Therefore, if you have this, you don't need Keeper. Loads of other features on this tool. If you want a 14-day free trial for BuyBot Pro, which I've been using for years now, check out the link below, get that 14-day free trial. And let's carry on with the video.